as we will look inside cross country today, as it is Kevin Baez, 10th place finisher for Pat Ponder's squad at the recent WAC Championships. Kevin, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. But before we dive more into you and what's going on with you, I have to ask, how are family and friends back home during this COVID-19 pandemic?
They're doing great. Everything's going good, and luckily they're staying healthy.
So we look at some of the things going on with you here at Tarleton State. First, before we jump into the questions, I have to ask about your performance at the WAC Championships. Going in, expectations I know were high for yourself. Pat Ponder had high expectations. Just kind of take us through the event and how things went.
Well, when we first started, we went to do the warm-up, I guess. The course was already muddy, and we were like, oh no, it's going to be bad tomorrow because it was a high chance of rain for the next day. So we were kind of like already getting down, but we were like, oh, it is what it is. We're here. We're ready to compete. And we just used that and I guess motivated ourselves to just take it how it was and just run the next day. So we ran good, and I'm proud of our teammates and how we each finished.
A true team effort for Tarleton State in this one. It was kind of funny. You were talking with me about how you don't have really a go-to nickname back home or here, but there is kind of a funny thing that you and your teammates, a joke that y'all go through. You've got to break that down for us.
Yes, what we do is usually we take the first letter of our first name and switch it to our last name, and take the last name letter and put it on our first name. So my nickname for them is Bevan Baez, and we just mess around with that, and it's I find it hilarious.
I feel like with the long runs, it's always good to have a laugh whenever you can find it when you got to dig deep. When I think of cross country and track for that matter as well, I would think y'all probably have a very regimented diet of your go-tos and the things you can and can't eat during the season or when you're training. Take us through that cheat meal, though. What if you have to pick one thing whenever you're kind of getting off course on that you like to go to, Kevin?
It would definitely have to be ice cream.
What's your favorite kind?
Moonelium Crunch.
Oh, interesting. There we go.
Yes.
Bluebell guy. I like it.
Bluebell.
One thing you told me you like to do, not a big TV guy, but you do like to watch movies whenever you have some free time. What's your favorite movie?
It would probably have to be like Pacific Rim when it first came out. That was one of my favorite movies.
Very good one to see in theaters.
Yes.
One thing that I find interesting about cross country and track, once again, is that it's kind of its own beast when it comes to the actual. Every course is different, every day is different, the elements are different. And the one thing, a lot of people don't like to run. That's something that a lot of people don't like to do. But you, obviously, it's something that you thrive in, Kevin. What age did you really start getting going and knowing this is something that I love to do?
Well, it started when my brother, he was in junior high. He was in 8th grade, and I came in right after him. So I was in 6th. He really got me into running, and ever since then it just clicked, and that's been something that I love to do.
It's been such a big part of your life before and at Tarleton State, but I know you like to do things off the course as well. Take us through that. What are your favorite kinds of things to do in your free time?
It would definitely have to be playing pool. So at the student centers, they have pool tables, and I just spend hours of my days down there when I don't have anything else to do.
There you go, Kevin. All right, we're going to go through our this or that section, something we do on each of our To The Points. So we're going to go fast, and I know that I'm talking to the right guy on that. So are you ready?
Let's go.
Here we go. Cookies or cake?
Cake.
Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Shoes or flip-flops?
Shoes.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Shorts or pants?
Pants.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Love or money?
Love.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Morning or night?
Night.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
All right, the $64,000 question here on campus is the Pooh or the Plowboys?
I think it would have to be the Pooh.
There we go. Kevin Baez, your 10th place finisher at the WAC Championships, moving fast into this or that segment, just like he did up in Seattle. As I said, you've been embedded in this program now, become a part of its tradition. What's your favorite Tarleton tradition here on campus?
It would definitely have to be the lighting of the torch here. I guess.
There you go. Lighting of the torch stands out. One thing, what is your favorite thing about Stephenville?
It reminds me a lot of home. That's probably one reason why I chose it. Um, it just has a really home environment, and all the people get along, and it's just awesome.
All right, Kevin, time to talk a little bit about your teammates now in cross country. I got to ask, who's the funniest on the team?
It'd probably have to be Gerardo Cypress.
There we go. Why?
He just always brings positive energy to the practices. He's always joking around, and he's like one of the ones that came up with the switching of the letters in the names. So that's probably why.
Who's got the best car on the squad?
That would probably have to be probably Dominic Vaslick.
Most opinionated teammate you have?
Probably Kevin Calvani.
All right, and I asked you before, you have a story behind your first teammate that you met here at Tarleton. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so it was actually Gerardo Cypress. Me and him shared this award ceremony together. It was for the cross country coaches association of Texas. We both got the award and a scholarship basically to attend a college of our choice, and that really helped us. So I met him before I came to college, and I had no idea that he was coming to Tarleton. So when I met him here, it was like just a funny story to share.
It's always nice to have a familiar face in a new setting, so you had that immediately here on campus. One other thing you've had since you got on campus, you've had Pat Ponder, someone who speaks very highly of you, someone who really during this WAC transition said, that's someone I know I'm going to be able to lean on for stability inside the program. Do you have a favorite story from head coach?
I guess all the jokes that he sometimes cracks up, like they're so, I guess, outdated that it just makes it so funny because I know most of them I've heard before, but it's just because I hang around like a bunch of older people, and it's just hilarious knowing that I understand them and everybody else is just lost.
There are very few people that I enjoy talking to as much as I do Pat Ponder. Such a good guy and a funny one at that. Real quick, before we let you go, Kevin, take us through your plans after you leave here at Tarleton State. Still got a lot to go here on campus, but we're interested to know what's going to happen afterwards.
Well, if everything goes as planned, I'm going to have my engineering degree, and I'm going to then take my engineering or professional engineering. So hopefully I'll be able to open my own business someday.
I have no doubt you'll be fast doing that just like you are on the course. I appreciate you giving me the time, buddy.
No problem. Thank you.
Kevin Baez, the 10th place finisher at the WAC Championships for Tarleton Cross Country as they wrap up their season. As we wrap up to the point, thank you for joining us.